Well, that didn't go quite the way I planned. Done did it. Let's try this again.
The Benjamin Dixon Show is only possible with listener support. Go to www.thebenjamindixonshow.com to register for our blog and join the Progressive Army.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another stream of the Benjamin Dixon Show / You Up. Checking to see who is up. It is Thursday, December 10th, 2020. Thanks so much for joining me. Hello to everyone in the chat room. And there we go. Okay. So here we are. Another day. Another kid flushing a toilet in the background. Pretty loud. Thank you, Lizzie. I hope I hope everyone is well. I am just in a whole different space right now. Good evening, everyone. Let me start by saying it's the first night of Hanukkah. So I want to give a special shout out to all of our Jewish brothers and sisters. Happy Hanukkah to you, and all of your celebrations. And just want to recognize you guys. Love all of you. And I don't know. I'm just in a different place and excited about some of the things that are coming up. I was not available to do the live stream last night. And one of the reasons I wasn't able to do the live stream last night is because I was working so hard with my wife, and we're working on we're just doing what we know how to do. And what's been amazing so far over the last year, I have some news. I do want to talk about COVID, but I'll talk about it in context of this bigger picture. Hello from DC. I see you. Happy Hanukkah, Cheryl. Good evening to, shout out to everyone in the chat room. But what we're working on is what I looked up a couple weeks ago, and it dawned on me that we had authentically and organically just kind of evolved into a fledgling media company, and serving a particular niche. Like, we're progressive, we're liberators, we're not liberals, we're liberators, and we're black, and we speak truth to power, regardless of if we're speaking to whether we're speaking to the masses or whether we're speaking to our friends or family. We just tell the truth wherever we see the truth needing to be told. And what's interesting is that we just kind of naturally and organically grew into this thing, and we're still growing, and we have so many things on the burner, Mike. We have writers who are starting to write. We have we got a damn yoga class on the way. Can I just say that? Like, we got some bomb ass stuff happening behind the scenes, and that's what we're just working on organizing, and it just happened organically. Like, I promise you, it was like I looked up and said, holy crap, I done did it again. So anyway, that's what we're working on, and a lot of exciting things ahead, and we hope and look forward to all of your support. The future is progressive. Hashtag the future is progressive. And it goes through this channel. It goes through our work. Anyway, I do want to talk about COVID-19. And I hate to make such a hard shift. I've got a lot of clips. I've got a lot of stuff for us to watch and talk about. But I could not start this episode without recognizing that we lost 3,100 people in a single day. 3,100 people. That is more than 9/11. And we lost them in one day. And I have no idea what tomorrow is going to bring. Tomorrow we could actually be worse off than that. And what's terrifying What's terrifying and disturbing, someone in the chat room asked about the chat with Cornel West. That should still be up. There should be a link on the Facebook page. You could find that. But COVID-19, 3,100 people dead. I'm just kind of in shock because I'm surprised. I really didn't think America could handle 270,000 people dead and not collapse under the pressure of the people who look at the system and say, you failed us, right? Because 250,000 people dead is most assuredly a failure of our system. It's a failure of the president of the United States. It's a failure of Congress. They haven't acted. They haven't made it possible for people to stay home, right? Of course, you have a lot of people in this country who refuse to stay home. Gotcha. But even if they wanted to, Congress did not make it possible for people to stay home because we did not have a pause button on capitalism, not American capitalism. American capitalists got to get paid, right? It's a tale of two cities, the best of times and the worst of times, right? The billionaires on the cover of the magazine have earned more money in the pandemic than the earth, like they have earned $1 trillion in wealth just between 5 people in the pandemic. My numbers might be off, but you get the point. It's an obscene amount of wealth that is concentrated into the hands of very few people. And the problem is that for everyone else who's struggling to survive this pandemic, people are struggling. My son is cutting a damn fool tonight. I'm gonna, hey, it is what it is. Everyone else is struggling. You got people in bread lines. You got people in bread lines. I'm laughing at my son, not at the bread lines. I don't know if I could do this serious ass subject with my son crying in the background. I'm liable to break it. Maybe we should just take a break because I'd like to, slide into character and tell some jokes because it's funny as hell that I'm getting interrupted in such a serious subject. He's cool. That's my baby boy. He's cool. He can cry all he won't. I just like, what do I do with this subject now? I was getting into a real nice groove there to make the point that I need to make. I don't even know if I can get back to it now. That if I can make it back to being serious on this clip, I need some, I need some patrons. I'll go become a patron because that's a tall order at this point. Okay. Now, got a little quiet in the house. 250,000 dead. And 3,100 dead in a single day. I really thought more of America. I really thought America would have rebelled by now. Right? I really thought America would have rebelled by now because 300,000 people. I have finally found the language to talk about any measure of success during the pandemic because a lot of people struggle with, I'm struggling with the fact that in the middle of a pandemic, I'm doing so well while people are dying. That's just hard, right? And even with this new language that I have, it's still insufficient to describe how disparate the experiences are in this country right now based on whether or not a couple of things. One, are you an essential worker? Life is just totally different for you. Essential workers, your existence is probably like we live in two different worlds at this point. And you are out there risking your life for a fraction of what we at home are making. Let's just call a spade a spade. The people who have to be out there because they are actually essential workers and don't have a choice because you and I wouldn't eat, right? You and I would not eat without them. Their lives are on the line for a fraction of what the majority of us make. It is an unfortunate, inconvenient truth that we have two different Americas that are no longer divided by anything else other than three things, three different Americas. You got the dumbass America. It's dumbass Americans who can't sit their asses at home, especially when you can work from home, but you choose to go and be in this world while 100 people are dying on a single day. Oh yeah, that's the dumbass America. Keep it. Don't forget that they are there. Then you have essential workers who are putting their lives on the line for a fraction of what the rest of us at home are making. There is no way to enjoy the successes of COVID that came during the pandemic, right? And it's got to be. I mean, to a certain extent, it's got to be as a result of the quarantine. Like, we've changed everything that we do. I changed everything. I don't even know who that guy was before the pandemic. I'm on God. I don't even know who that guy was. I appreciate him because he at least got us into the habit of doing new things, right? And organizing my life differently. And as a result of his first couple of steps, we are about to do some big things coming up. So I appreciate him, but I don't know him. Like, life is totally different for me now in the quarantine. And yeah, so all of my behaviors have changed. My patterns have changed. My habits, my spending, all of that has changed. And it's put me in a much better position than I've ever been in my life. But damn, y'all, 300,000 people, right? I'm just like, at the rate that we're at now, we're going to be at 300,000 people, like what, next week? And oddly enough, I don't want to give you any undue optimism. I'm struggling tonight because I have a dichotomy in my head right now. I mean, that's all the time, but right now, especially because looking at the reality of how irresponsible and how ridiculously pathetic America mismanaged this pandemic, out of all that anger, desperation, trauma, and like, oh my God, what is wrong with this country? On the flip side, it looks like we actually might have a vaccine that's going to get into circulation. It's going to take a while, but it looks like we have multiple vaccines from multiple corporations. I hate the fact that I had to use that sentence that included the word corporations, but can't solve everything right now. I digress. But we have a couple of vaccines from different corporations, most importantly, in different countries. Now, I know that may not be a lot for you, but I don't know if I would just trust if it only came from America, because look at how dumb we are. Sorry, just saying. I'm glad to see that there are vaccines and being developed on other parts, So there are multiple nations that are getting ready to roll out a vaccination program. I hope it works. On God, like, Godspeed. Give Donald Trump credit for it. I don't care who you give credit for it. Damn it, give Boris, not Boris, Boris Yeltsin. I went back to like 1989. Not 89. I went to like 94. But anyway, who's the guy? Who's the Donald Trump equivalent across the pond? Boris. His name escapes me. You guys give it. But anyway, the point is that we have something to be hopeful for. We have something to be hopeful for with the possibility of a vaccine that could work. I like the odds. I take it. Let's go. But at the same time, America is so goddamn stupid that when we should be headed in the opposite direction, we're headed towards even more calamity because of our ignorance. Because of our ignorance. So, yeah. What do we do with this country when we have the capacity to do so much good, and yet we are so committed to our ignorance that we will destroy ourselves? What a waste. What a waste.
The Benjamin Dixon Show is only possible with listener support. Go to www.thebenjamindixonshow.com to register for our blog and join the Progressive Army.
All right. Let's switch it up. Let's see what my producers have in the vault for me today. Let's go to the vault, ladies and gentlemen. What are we looking at today?
We're in a period of brinksmanship, socially, environmentally, and militarily. Do you see hope for the world today?
Well, the hope for the world actually lies in the hands of people like you. We happen to be in a very unusual moment of history, in fact, unique moment of history. We're in the midst of a confluence of crises of a kind that have never occurred before, and unless they are solved, will never occur again, because unless they are dealt with quickly and effectively, there will be no further human history. This may be coming to a close. The crucial point is with every one of these crises, environmental catastrophe, increasing threat of nuclear war, severe deterioration of democratic functioning and democratic.
All right, I don't mean to cut him off there, but love Noam Chomsky, great clip, talking about the hope that he has for the future, or is there any hope? We'll come back to that. Let's go to this clip.
During this difficult time when so many Americans are looking for work, I'd like to introduce an idea for something I'm calling the citizen's dismissal. It's like a citizen's arrest, but instead of detaining someone, you get to fire them. Take this lifeguard at a YMCA I went to. I bought a guest pass so that I could swim laps, and 10 minutes after I'd started, the young woman blew her whistle, calling, "You all have to leave now." "How come?" I asked. "I have to go to my parents' house," she said. I thought I hadn't heard her correctly. I'm going there to do some laundry, she told me, and then I'm going home.
I'm sorry, what the hell are we watching? I've always trusted my producers, so let's keep watching together. This is the first time I've seen it. Let's go.
"Oh, you're going home all right," I wanted to say, "because you are fired." I'd have liked to do the same to a salesperson who worked at a store where my sister and I bought a number of very expensive cups and saucers. The woman rang them up, and after I paid, she stood there blinking. "I'm afraid I haven't got anything to put them in," she said, "no bubble wrap or bags." "So we should what, just carry the cups and saucers in our hands?" my sister asked. "Well, they're yours," the woman said. "You bought them." "Do you have a purse?" I wanted to ask. "If so, you need to get it and go home. My sister and I are firing you." I'm not suggesting that we go crazy with this. We all have our off days. Certain people, though, could easily be replaced by go-getters who'd say, "I've got an idea. Let's wrap your pottery in my socks and underwear. Or you could use your own if you have a thing against germs." That's the kind of person I want to deal with, someone with solutions. The sort who'd say, "If I keep the pool open, could I maybe do my laundry at your house?" As customers, though, we need to keep our end of the bargain. Of course you can do your laundry at my...
I believe in the last 2 seconds of this video, it's going to be something so poignant that we're all going to be like, he's got 19 seconds. Can he do it, ladies and gentlemen, the non-gender conforming individuals? Let's go.
Place will say, "I just need to throw in some socks and panties. I promise to return to someone who, like you, is really good at her job."
What the hell did I just experience? Maybe he said it at the very beginning. Hang on.
During this difficult time when so many Americans are looking for work, I'd like to introduce an idea for something I'm calling the citizen's dismissal.
Okay, I have no idea. I don't know what just happened. Somebody. Hang on a second. Oh, he was serious. See, here's the thing. I thought it was a joke. He was being serious, and he thinks this is an idea to help. I, I, I'm going to the next video. That was too abstract even for me, folks. I'm sorry.
And I took to heart what Geraldo said yesterday about the complexities for what people in elected leadership positions and the responsibilities they have to keep the hospitals from being overwhelmed. But I think that we should have a basic principle. If the government is going to take away your job, that is a taking. And therefore, if you're not going to have a job, you're going to have money. That seems like a pretty simple thing for us to be able to do. My last point on this is that Mitch McConnell, who the Democrats cannot stand, he climbed down from two things today. He said that he would accept some direct payments to people. He also said that he would be willing to give up on liability protection in this round if the Democrats come down from the state and local government. You're not going to have a job, you're going to have money. That seems like a pretty simple thing for us to be.
That's the part right there. You know, what's funny about this is she just basically said, you know, let's do a little bit of socialism, you know, a little bit, not much. They're not talking about the whole thing. They're not actually talking about resolving the issues that are inherent to capitalism. No, they're just saying, let's try a little bit of socialism in that if the government takes your job, they give you money. Cool. Better yet, if the government has to shut down the economy, the government should give you money. So what's the problem? But the problem is that that's an inconvenient policy for the powerful. They're used to being able to get the money directed towards them and only them. They don't want to have to share that with you. I mean, really, if you really break this down, I hope this is already something that you all can see and visualize. But just in case you never thought of it like this, there's only one holdup. There is literally one holdup. The powerful do not want to share the wealth of the government with you, let alone their own wealth. They're never going to pay a tax. They don't want to share the government's wealth, which taxes. I mean, really just think about where our taxes go. To defense contractors. Overwhelming majority of our budget. And they don't go to soldiers. They don't go to, not the budget, the overwhelming majority of the U.S. government goes to the Pentagon. And that goes to defense contractors. And those are corporations. And those are the wealthiest people in the world. And the reason and the only holdup to Americans getting a check is the fact that the richest people in this world don't dare want to share the wealth of the government with you. Your money, our money. They have taken our money and found a way to redistribute it to them through the government, primarily through defense spending and contractors. All it is just another way to get our money. It wasn't good enough for them to get our labor, our consumption. It wasn't good enough for them to get debt. It wasn't good enough to get everything from us. They had to get our taxes. And so that's why it's anathema to them. It is so repulsive to them, the idea that the government would do something for the people. Ugh, socialist, communist. Ugh. Meanwhile, the reason they're so repulsed by that idea is because that means there's a line item in their budget, their revenue expectation that will be gone. Or not, they could just increase, they could just, print more money, right? So You can throw away everything I said and print more money, and they can still do it for you, but they won't because of their principle, which is the government can't dare do something for the people. Move my mouse right over here.
The Benjamin Dixon Show is only possible with listener support. Go to www.thebenjamindixonshow.com to register for our blog and join the Progressive Army.
So I was surprised to see. It's funny what happened. Like, I'm telling you, I don't even know that guy who started the pandemic. I don't know that guy. You know, sorry to that man. I could see him walking down the street. I wouldn't even know who that dude was. Whoever that was of me, the version of me who started this pandemic. It's funny, like, I'm not just talking about me, obviously. I think if you sit down and really think about it, you probably are a totally different person now. It's been almost an entire year in this pandemic. And those of us who have gone into isolation, you know, and we've isolated ourselves from our families. And we've had like an entire year in an isolated world where our only real way of communicating with each other has been through the internet. Simultaneously, the other half of the country that is like, you know, it's two groups in there. The essential worker who would love to not have to be around some of y'all stink breath ass people. Solidarity with them. Whatever they need. Whatever they say. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to tell you something. Like, over the summer, this is where I was. Ain't nobody from this podcasting YouTube place going to lead now revolution. Revolution going to be led by somebody on aisle 4 of Publix, bruh. Telling you. I felt that. I'm going to say that again. Not one of us who you see and hear our name and see us doing anything, not one of us, not even me. I found my price. I found my price. You know the price for me to sell out? It's my family. It's a magic number. What you need me to do? All right. Like, I'm going to hold the line as long and as hard as I can. But if it comes down to my family, shit, y'all might as well count me, you know, whatever. Kiss my ass. I can't go with you if it costs me my family. Or if it costs my family their comfort, their future, right? Their chance in the world. But that said, you can't look at none of us to lead any significant uprising of any type, even organizing a march. Okay? You might get one of us to organize a rally. We might get some of us, hey, we can get a crowd. I could put on an event and get you a rally of 5,000 people. Okay? Yeah, I can do that. That's not, you know, I'm not going to say that's not activism, but I'm saying that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about leadership that can only come from people who, goddamn it, had to work during this goddamn pandemic. People who had to work in this pandemic had to. Y'all are on deck. What y'all got? What y'all want to do? Because the rest of us are just theorizing and philosophizing and you know, grandstanding and putting on a show. You know what I mean? It's all a show. It's all a show. Every bit of it. Except me. Of course, I'm going to say that. No, I think, I'm going to be honest with you. It is all simultaneously a show. And every person that I know personally in this independent media space, this is who they are. Right? I was seriously joking a second ago. When I tell you, I don't care who y'all don't like. I'm going to call them all and tell you, I'm going to tell you they are all some real ass people what you see is who they really are. And then I'm going to simultaneously tell you, don't look to not now one of us to lead any revolution. We making too much money. Shit. And I'm on the bottom of the totem. One day I'm going to be on the top, everybody. Anyway, I was trying to rap Kanye West, but I realized what was coming next, so I stopped in mid-sentence. We making too much goddamn money out in these streets. Holy shit. You think somebody making over dollars a year is going to lead a revolution against this system? Oh my God. I could see in the future as my wife leads this prestigious media company, I'm out here in these streets being me. And I can see her saying, you guys just excuse my husband. He's just him. That's him. I love him. That's why our company's so great. But please excuse him, because I'm going to be out here just being me. I don't care. I don't care how much money I get. I'm still going to be me. And I'm going to tell y'all, every person that you watch on the internet, every progressive YouTuber that you watch on the internet that I have met, they are exactly the person in person who they are on this YouTube. I say that to say none of us are playing. All of us are sincere. There is no role playing in any of the people that I know personally. Respect, right? Respect to every single one of us. But we're not your leaders. Your leader is at work right now because they got to deliver something to my house. All right. Anyway. God damn, it's only 30 minutes in. Shit, that should have been in the show right there. Yeah, I'm going to take 5. All right, I'll be back, folks.
The Benjamin Dixon Show is only possible with listener support. Go to www.thebenjamindixonshow.com to register for our blog and join the Progressive Army. The Benjamin Dixon Show is only possible with listener support. Go to www.thebenjamindixonshow.com to register for our blog and join the Progressive Army.
All right, I'm still here. Hey, there we go. Hey, there we go. Welcome back, everybody. Yeah, I don't know. That just kind of got to me, man. I ain't gonna lie. We got to fight on their behalf. We got to fight on their behalf until they can fight for us. That's it. All we got to do is hold the line and fight on their behalf. Folks, I think I want to watch this next video. Look at the tears of the conservative. This is absolutely the best place. Absolutely best place to transition after that. Watch the tears of a conservative. Take a look.
Republicans do nothing, Stephen. Nothing.
It's an outrage.
Is wrong? Well, what's wrong with the Republican Party?
Where is the outrage?
It's really on the
tens of millions of ballots.
Where the hell are the Republicans?
No signature checks.
Where the hell are the Republicans?
You're right,
Where
Lou.
are they?
Tens of millions of ballots nationwide, no signature checks, no citizenship checks, no residency checks, no age checks, no criminal record checks, not even checking if you're alive or dead? Are we a third world country? Are we a banana republic? What does it come to? If we count only legal ballots from U.S. citizens,
let me tell you what it's
this
come
president gets 4 more years.
Let me, and you know, from your lips to God's ears, the reality is that this president right now is fighting, and let's be straightforward about it. He's fighting all alone. And Ted Cruz has stepped up to say he'll argue before the Supreme Court. Why in God's green earth wouldn't the White House jump on it? Why shouldn't they accept that right now?
And I'll just say this one other thing, though. If 3 state legislatures I just outlined, one correction in Wisconsin.
No, Stephen, I won't let you say. I'm not going to let you do this. I'm not going to let you do that. I'm not going to let you do that. I ask a question. You and I, we're reasonably smart and decent fellows. Why don't you answer me? That's all I'm asking here, Stephen. Why don't you guys jump and salute Ted Cruz and say, yes, we want you on the team now? My God, this is not a time for internecine nonsense on the part of the Republican Party, which is watching its blood drain into the streets because they're gutless.
Jesus, whoa, man. Lou Dobbs is about to turn up, right? Like, Lou Dobbs, see, Lou Dobbs is a true believer. Let me tell you that. Lou Dobbs believes what he's saying as much as I believe what I'm saying. Stephen Miller doesn't. That's why the White House isn't taking Ted Cruz up on. They're not going to make that kind of move for real. I do not. Actually, no. Interesting. Donald Trump wants to make that move, but Stephen Miller doesn't. That's why Stephen Miller didn't answer it. If Donald Trump was there, Donald Trump would have answered it. Yes, in the affirmative. That means Stephen Miller, that's a divide between Stephen Miller and Donald Trump right there. That's what that is. That's interesting. Stephen Miller, why are you not on the side of your I mean, because we know how Donald Trump would have answered that. Interesting. Yeah. So I wonder how Donald Trump read that. Because Donald Trump read that exactly like I did. He was like, hold on, Stephen. Stephen. That's all I got. Nothing better than that. Interesting. I wonder what will become of that. Because if you ask me, seriously, will Donald Trump go all the way to the Supreme Court? Yes. Would he have told Lou Dobbs that if that was him tonight? Yes. So why didn't Stephen Miller answer it? That's because Stephen Miller doesn't really believe this shit. Stephen Miller is trying to get a job in the rotation as a on-air commentator. He's trying to get a show on Fox. So that's why Stephen Miller couldn't answer it, even though we know absolutely damn right Donald Trump would do that and go all the way. Fascinating stuff. That was good. Let's go to the next clip. I hope it's funny. No, it's my man Jamal Bowman. Okay, it's not going to be funny. It's going to be necessary. Let's go.
Important for us to have racial diversity. Obviously, it's also important for us to have gender diversity. And as we saw, he picked an all-female communications team, which is historic and huge. But I think ideological diversity is most key here. And we need to make sure that President-elect Joe Biden is picking as many progressives to his cabinet as possible. The people have spoken. They came out in droves. They organized across the country to help Joe Biden get elected. And the people in grassroots spaces organized when they helped him get elected. They demanded action on climate change. They demanded
and has he
action
so
on.
Far?
I'm sorry?
Are you satisfied with the way that the Biden transition has answered that call you're talking about, has put progressives that you're describing in key posts?
Well, we support people like Janet Yellen, people like John Kerry, and some others. But when I hear names like Rahm Emanuel and Bruce Reed, You know, it makes my skin crawl. You know, Rahm Emanuel covered up the murder of Laquan McDonald as mayor in Chicago. He closed elementary schools. He closed mental health institutions. And Bruce Reed is a deficit hawk and a master of austerity budgets.
I'm just waiting to see if they're going to cut him off. To be honest with you, that's where they cut him off last time, right? Let's keep going.
We cannot have anyone like that in the Biden cabinet, especially as we deal with the coronavirus and as we deal with an economic depression and racial reckoning in our time. So when I hear names like that, I get worried. But so far, I see diversity and ideology. I would like to see more progressive.
Oh, I'm sorry. We seem to have lost the congressman-elect.
I'm sorry, folks. Let's keep going.
Chosen, particularly as we look at a position like Secretary of Education, which obviously I'm passionate about.
I mean, Bruce Reed is definitely a moderate. Rahm Emanuel, he would argue he considers himself a progressive, and he's in line with most of the things that you believe.
Flag on the goddamn play. I identify as I don't know. I don't really have anything to insert there. I have nothing witty enough that I'm actually willing to say out loud. Okay, that's really the problem. I know exactly what I want to say, but I can't say it out loud. I don't give a damn what Rahm Emanuel identifies as. Shit, okay, I'll give you this one. I identify as a 6'1" man. It's not going to make me 6'1". It's not. That shit's funny to me, man. And it's as funny as the idea that Rahm Emanuel can simply say, I identify as a progressive, and that makes him a progressive. I'm sorry, it just seems really stupid to me. I don't know about you. Let's listen to the rest of this.
Well, progressives don't close elementary schools. Progressives open up more schools and lower class size and invest in public education, and they don't bend the knee to the charter school lobby. So I disagree with that.
Okay, Mr.
She was like, CNN was like, damn it. If we cut this man off this time. They just had to let him talk. Shout out to Jamal Bowman, who was on our channel last week. And thanks for doing that interview with us. And it was because of this show. I don't know. What is it? Causality? Correlation doesn't mean causation? Okay. Let me preface what I'm going to say with that. Correlation doesn't imply causation. Nobody had him on before he came on our show. And then the next day, CNN called him back. Hey, come on, somebody. Oh, man, these clips are extra amazing tonight. Even that first one. We're going to go back to that first one again, the one that was really weird, and we're going to watch it now and see if we get anything out of it. But let's go to this one next. Oh, I was afraid of that. Clip 7, guys, won't play. Clip 7 will not play. I don't know if you guys have a backup to that. And... here we go. All right. I was hoping for another good clip. Let's see what this Cartoon Network clip is. Something from Cartoon Network. Maybe it's funny. Let's see together.
These textbooks are incomplete. There were black Roman warriors, black medieval knights, black classical musicians, black cowboys, black fighter pilots. Where are they? I worry about you humans because you only live, about 100 years? You rely on these stories to know your own history. Thanks to systemic racism, most of your storytellers prioritize white accomplishments, which leaves you with an incomplete picture. Ask yourself as you're learning history, who's telling the story? Was this modified to make white readers comfortable? Are major details being left out that would credit people of color and center their point of view?
Yeah, but he scared me a little bit, though. It was like just a little bit, just I don't know. It was the slamming of the desk. It was something about those that I was like, whoa, wait a minute. But I dig it. I love white people with white guilt, man. I love it's. I always want to just tell you guys, chill. Like, listen, don't work so hard. Just don't be racist. You don't have to work so hard to not be racist. Like, you just, in my opinion. I'm sure every black person differs on this, but as for me in my house, like, just Like, don't slam the desk that hard. Just like a little slap. But then I mean, obviously I'm talking about the message. The message is great, but yeah. That's why I love white people with white guilt, man. Y'all go out there and make this content and we're like, listen, America. We do not understand the nature or the method of the evil that we have perpetrated as white people. And I just want to be like, just don't shoot us on the streets if you're a police officer. Can we do that? I don't necessarily need you to, I don't know, ascend to the top of woke mountain. You know what I mean? I just need cops to stop killing black men in these streets. And I didn't necessarily mean to get serious about it because it was really fun just joking about how y'all be, y'all be out here washing our feet. Y'all not gonna wash mine. One, because COVID-19, but really two, because y'all would swear y'all would swear my feet are possessed by the devil. Oh, man. I don't know if this shit is funny to y'all, but it is funny to me. My feet are possessed by the devil, and y'all white folks are out here washing our black folks' feet for forgiveness. Just stop shooting us, all right? That's all. I mean, we can handle it. Y'all been calling us niggers for, time immemorial. So that, I mean, don't say it to my face, but like, whatever. Don't say it to somebody else's face because you might not walk. But like, no, seriously, don't say that shit. But you do not have to ascend to the top of Mount Woke Mountain carrying pillars filled with jars of the conservative tears. Like, some of y'all have gone through the greatest journey of your life. You have been unraveled all the way down to your bare essential soul. And you've looked to heaven and finally realized, I'm an evil white person. And all I'm saying is, bro, let's just defund the goddamn police. All right. Let's defund the police. You ain't got to wash our feet. You don't have to ascend to the top of Woke Mountain. The clip was good, but to me, it still just reminds me of how funny white guilt really is. Oh, y'all clip that one because I'm going to need that laugh every day. Please clip just the how funny white guilt really is. Because goddamn white folks, y'all be out here. And I love y'all. You know the kind of white folks I like? I don't know what's wrong with me tonight. I don't know. You know what it is? You know what it is? I don't give a shit anymore. Because ain't nobody making my changes in my life but the Lord. So, if I want to come in here and laugh one night. Oh, man. I forgot what I was even talking about. Where are we, folks? Somebody put in the chat room. Where were we? The first time I will admit that I've lost my train of thought. Normally, I'll just talk. And my brain will get me back on track. But I don't care anymore. What the hell were we talking about? Why the hell are y'all here? Why do we have... Somebody said I've lost my damn mind. Oh, man. Somebody put in the chat room. Oh, the type of white folks I like. First of all, I like y'all white folks. Y'all are good enough people. Y'all cool with me, man. Listen, it's weird. I have some conservative friends from Mississippi. I'm afraid to call and ask them who they voted for because I have really good fond memories of them, and I don't want to mess that up. because they're really like, they're just down home Southern, like, you know, talk like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I love them. Those are my peoples. We're, you know, in a PhD program together, you know, just like, I know our politics are probably at odds, but we had enough time spending time together for us to be like, you know what, we'll have to figure that shit out later. Like, we're brothers. You know? Now, it's a dichotomy of immense proportions, guys. The other side, type of white folks I like them boys who are out there, like, man, Antifa, the boys who were out there fighting Nazis head on. Man, one of the dudes I admire the most in this entire thing. I'm not talking about media. I'm talking about politics, and I'm talking about everything. One of the dudes I respect the most down in Noonan, Georgia. We were out there facing off with Nazis, actual Nazis. I was there live covering it. You know, I'm a little short ass. And I had like an extra 100 pounds on me at that time. I was like, I don't know. I was huffing and puffing through there. Like, listen, I'm sorry. I'm making fun of me. I'm not making fun of big people because I'm still big. And I could just see my little short hobbit ass out there with my camera. You know what I mean? Trying to get the goddamn story. And one of the people I admire to this day, man, this dude, I'm not going to even say his name, right? But he know who he is, and the folks who are around it, they know who y'all are. Hogtied. Police had hogtied my man and drug him through the streets because he had just got through splitting a Nazi's head. He my brother too. So, I don't know. I don't know what the hell that says about me. I'll let y'all decide about that shit in the comment section. Oh, man, we are having a good time. God damn it. Send me some more videos. Y'all got some more videos? Oh, just in time. It's coming right up, ladies and gentlemen, non-gender conforming individuals. And you know what we can do in the meantime? I need to thank my patrons. Man, I need to thank my patrons. How about that shit there? Sit tight, sit back, relax. And this is the last night I'm producing it. First of all, thank you. My producer will be on deck. He is ready to go. It will be either tomorrow night or Monday night for sure, because I can't even find the goddamn button I'm looking for. Where the hell is my music, man? This is great. This is great. You all do know, though. Let me say this, and I do mean this. I'm not just filibustering. I'm filibustering. You all do know that this is who I really am. And it's still a show. Like, it's weird, but the person that I really am is more than happy to be here to talk about serious ass stuff, to help us get woke, all that good stuff. I hate that word, woke. I hate that word. But I digress. But also, because I know you need a laugh. I needed that laugh as much as you did. And I am more than happy to provide the service. You know, y'all just pass that collection tray over. No, I'm joking. No, we good. We good. And honestly, I didn't even go. So, y'all, I didn't even read the comments. Let me read y'all comments. Hold on. Let's get. Let's read y'all comments. No, y'all don't understand. Listen, I'm just like, I'm happy. People said it's been high. No, I am happy. And when I'm happy and when I'm chill, I don't get to share this space with you. So I'm not high. I'm actually happy. And I'm happy specifically about what we're doing. So you guys usually get the angry bin. And you don't get the silly bin. That's who I am. So anyway, I guess now you see the side of me that you don't get to see on a regular basis. But to that end, I am going to say, Give me a second. I was going to say goodnight, but I need to find my patrons list because we got a patrons party and we still need to do a raid. We got stuff to do and miles to go. And we're going to get there. So give me a second. It is a very small screen around here somewhere. How many people have I lost? Oh, man, we still got all y'all here watching me meander. Tell me this isn't better than this is reality TV. This is as real as it gets. Because we're not out here pretending this is who we really are. We really are morons who can't find their goddamn music. All right, so I can't do a party, but I can read your name. Let me just go ahead and thank Aaron M. Thank you so much for becoming a patron. Goku, just saying. Thank you for becoming a patron. Ryan D, thank you for becoming a patron. I got to put on the patron party voice. And Harry Elongated Pickle, thank you for becoming a patron. Mota Gata, thank you for becoming subscribing on Twitch. Appreciate that. And thank you also, Mota, for gifting 5 subscriptions. Thank you. Honey Eyes 215 for subscribing on Twitch. Catch Up. No, that's her name. Or their name. Thank you for subscribing on Twitch with Prime. K. Leona Elk, thank you for subscribing on Twitch with Prime. And DJ Addy, thank you also for subscribing on Twitch with Prime. Siscat cheered. Thank you for all those bits and bits and bits and bits. Here's a question for me. Ben, what do you think of Bo the Fifth Column's idea of making it law that if one side of Congress passes legislation, the other body, Congress, must hold a vote on that legislation? I agree. Do it. Let's do it. The games. One of the things we got to get rid of are the games. Right? If we're really serious about humanity, we got to get rid of the little stupid parliamentarian tricks and gimmicks and all that bullshit that we have. Man, those are man-made rules that mean nothing. If it is a complex, and I'm so serious about this, you guys have no idea how much and how long I've thought about this. Humanity very well may require a complicated web of law to navigate the human experience. Fine. But what we don't need are unnecessary, artificial hurdles that have to be, the amount of red tape and hurdles that we have created and imposed so unnecessarily so, it's nothing more than an impediment to progress. And so while we may not be able to avoid the complexity of the amount of laws required to navigate the human experiment and the human experience, rather, we certainly don't have to be victims and stay vulnerable to these tricks and rules and procedures and all these things that they force these clowns to do the right thing. We got to force them to do the right thing. I know this is not a broad stroke kind of thing. I probably should name the very specific, but I'm not. I don't feel like it tonight. But what I'm saying is we can't let the games have got to end. The game's got to end. And if it starts with something as simple as Bo's suggestion, because shout out to Bo over there. Love his channel. Most of you already probably know who he is. Bo the Fifth Column. Shout out to my man over there. I think it's a brilliant idea. So let's get to Comrade V Taco. Soldier pay sucked, and we were preyed on by every predatory lender. Comrade V Taco also said, Ben, what will you do when your children are stepping up to fight? Oh, I'll fight with them. See, like that, then that's not a problem. Look, let me tell you something. If my kids are out there, I'm going to be right out there with them. I don't know about my wife. My wife probably be somewhere like, praying. That's all I can say. So listen, I am not a pacifist by any means. I just realized that I literally am that dude who will literally do anything for my kids. And I didn't really this reality TV right here, right? This real ass shit. You sit around talking with your boy, and then all of a sudden he hits a subject that he got to slow down on. I'm going to leave y'all with this. I'm going to get the hell out of here. I was working, so I really get it. There's a trope. There is a father trope, a trope of fatherhood that I can just name and you instantly identify with it, right? It is the dad that worked so hard that thought he was a good dad because he was out there hustling for his kids. Now, there's varying degrees of this story, right? There's some gradation. There's the working class dad who's doing that. Everybody hates Chris. There is the middle class dad who's doing that. Trying to think of a black show with a middle class. Not Cosby. Cosby's not middle class. Don't let them fool you. Cosby was elite. The Cosby Show, that kind of house in New York, the motherfuckers were making so much money. I was about to stunt. Y'all, the socialist in me jumped out and said, "Shut your capitalist mouth up." That just happened in real time. Rewind the tape. I swear to God, I'm not lying. But anyway, that's a good place to lose my point. And with that, I'll move on to the next question. Now. Oh, Andy from Ohio. You know the other white folks I love. I love you guys who support me. Y'all be in the patron party turning the hell up. I love that shit. Y'all be in the patron party just getting it. Unrestrained. I love that. That's why it's like, listen, what good is all this if we can't enjoy ourselves? It is it's weird. Like, that's literally, I think everybody on Twitter knows that's me. You know what? God damn it. And I remember I was talking about dad and fatherhood and the trope, and I'll get back to that. I didn't really lose myself. Yes, I did. And I lost myself again. Here we go. Dad and the tropes. Let's just go there since it came to me. I don't know where I want to go. Those of you who know me from Twitter, y'all probably know this me. It's weird. Like, this is who I am, and I'm all day on Twitter, just like saying whatever comes to my mind. If there's an opportunity to clown somebody just for fun or clown an issue or just to be fun, right? Twitter's so toxic. I've just decided that's who I'm going to be on Twitter. Don't get me wrong. We got to mollywop and airdrop raids and stuff and do fighting every now and then. But I've pulled back from that on Twitter because it's too toxic. I'm there now to connect with people and have fun and to share my videos. Y'all click on my videos. I need that ad revenue. I need that. Click on that goddamn video. What the hell am I even talking about, bro? This is the best show ever. All right, no. So the point, whatever the point was, I guarantee you it was a great point. And this is, I don't want to be serious anymore. I am going to be serious because we have to be. Y'all thought I lost my place. No. We have to be serious because we're dealing with so many serious things. But if you ask me, like, why are we on this internet thing and why are we doing this? The only reason to do this is to just keep it real. I don't feel the need personally. We'll put a news show up. We're going to have plenty of news shows for you. What I'm doing here is just really just talking to y'all because, like, damn it, we've been stuck in quarantine. What we're doing right now is, I talk to you about politics, but that's like, y'all know that's just the excuse. Come on. Y'all know we can talk about damn near. This is why clickbaity political thirst trap works so well, right? Think about it. Think about where I'm going with this. I'm not just talking like incoherent ramblings of a madman. Like, I'm actually going somewhere. I'm just trying to have fun as I go there. Clickbaity political thirst trap. Why do people love that show in the morning? We have thousands of people who are watching live, and then we have thousands more who watch afterwards, immediately afterwards. And it's growing. It's because we understand our life is really like this. Our life is really, we could be in 1 second enraged and the next second laughing our butts off. And a lot of times we make ourselves laugh our butts off because if not, we're going to stay enraged. That's real life. And that's what we're doing here on the Benjamin Dixon Show. And that's what we're doing with all the other content that we're creating here. All we're doing is just having a genuine exchange with you. And I think it's dope. So I really say that because it's the authenticity of this that lets you, it's the authenticity of it that lets you know, man, we ain't out here like, why am I going to lie to you? Why would I spend my good time? I mean, seriously, because now I don't know how to say this. Oh, I got to say something that ain't going to come out good. There's no way to say this good. I'll put it like this. I do the stream, but we do the streaming that we do because we love you. And that's real. We make our livelihood other ways, right? The channel. We make our livelihood through the channel with other means. Like we're still doing content and stuff. Like I'm dropping stuff all the time. I'm like the Steve Harvey of, and I don't even really like that, but Steve Harvey be everywhere. And I don't really know anybody else in the industry who's like literally everywhere like Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey's like those old movies. You go to a hotel and he's like the bellhop. He's the owner, right? He's the owner. He's the bellhop. He's the guy at the counter. He's the guy at the pool. And he's the guy to bring you towels. That's Steve Harvey, like working everybody's job. And for me, it's like, yeah, that's just always how I knew how to be. That's me too. The reason that's me is because I have always had to learn how to survive. Man, when I tell y'all where I'm going to end with this is going to mess y'all head up. Why? I've learned that same habit. That's why, some people say, oh, Ben, you're the Steve Harvey of independent media. And I'm like, okay, I don't know if that's a compliment, but cool. But the thing is like my work ethic has always been one of a survivor, right? Steve Harvey was homeless, so I get it. It's like when you gotta secure, make sure everything is secure and you just do everything you can. Work 3 jobs, 4 jobs, whatever. That's the nature of the thinking that we are putting into our effort in media. We're not constraining ourselves with the baggage, but there is a calculus that goes into survival that I think people at the top have no clue of the ingenuity and the capacity of people who have had to struggle their whole damn life. And if they understood how magnificent people who have had to struggle know how to meticulously calculate and refine stuff, because we have always had to. We have always had to. Because we have always had to struggle. And we have always had to fight to survive. But there's a level of brilliance. There's a level of brilliance that goes into surviving in a capitalistic white supremacist country like the United States of America. That, to be quite honest with you, equips black folks with the dual struggle that W.E.B. Du Bois mentioned in The Soul of Black Folk. It's a dual struggle that black folks have had to master simultaneously in this country. And it's a struggle of surviving capitalism and the struggle of surviving white supremacy. And you know what? God damn it, we figured that shit out. And if y'all would listen to some black folks for a change, y'all might could actually save humanity. This ain't to say that black folks the only smart folks on face planet. Nah, man, we got some play. I mean, rest in peace to Herman Cain, y'all. He went to a rally knowing he was a walking COVID precondition. I hate to throw him in there so callously, but, you know, I'm just saying we ain't got all the smartest people in the world either. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just speak. It doesn't matter how deep we go. We can always come back to being an asshole, can't we? But it's not to say anything ridiculous as if the only people you should listen to are black folks. No. Why would I say something like that? Why would I suggest? I have no reason for being on this screen with you other than to share with you what I see as the absolute truth. And if I put it out there and you think it's a lie, fair. But you can't say that I'm out here performing. I'm out here giving you the mastery of a dude who has had to both survive poverty with children. Not only survived it, but I got out that shit. And I'm just going to tell you, the odds were better for me to have been struck by lightning 10 times at once. The odds were better. I have no idea. It just, God damn it, it worked. This shit is not going to work for everybody. Why would we have a system, y'all, that is so ridiculous that it requires a strike of lightning luck for you to be able to break out of the chains of capitalism? Why would we build a system around someone like me who pat myself on the back? Finally, I can say it. I would never have said this. I'm somebody, right? Cornel West read my book. Oh man, the universe has always aligned in a way for me to be able to deliver stuff like, mwah, that was magnificent. Because I had no idea how I was going to end that sentence. Then I realized, holy shit, Cornel West read my book. Oh man. Why on earth would we build a system around requiring to have the work ethic of a person who has been struggling all his life? Like me and Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey probably, I don't even know how I feel about Steve Harvey. I don't know if I would be like, man, F you, or man, can I get your autograph? I honestly don't know. So this is not to say I want to be or even meet Steve Harvey. But I recognize a man who, damn it, feel like he could go back to being poor if he don't keep working. That's Steve Harvey. And in my own little drop a couple zeros off of, drop quite a few zeros off. Matter of fact, if you're talking about net worth, because I still got student loans out my ass, drop all the zeros. All right. Drop all the zeros. I've got nothing even in the goddamn conference, man. For $3 a month, you can sponsor me on Patreon, bruh. But anyway, the point is, I don't know nothing about Steve. I'm not in Steve's even conversation, all right, in terms of wealth. But I recognize a person who works as if they realize this could be my last check. Steve could be a complete asshole. I don't know nothing about Steve, but I know he got that because I know what it is because I got that. And that's why I do what I do. And that's why I couldn't, what is comfort? They're comfortable is, I don't know. I don't like feeling comfortable. I'm not used to feeling comfortable. See, I know I'm telling the goddamn truth because I know people the reason you're watching me is because y'all know I'm telling the goddamn truth because you feel this. What is comfortable? I don't know what that is. Or I'm not comfortable with being comfortable. I'm comfortable living on the edge. That's what I'm comfortable with. And I know with time and, it's like a wound. With time, it heals. And the further away I get away from my poverty experience, blah, 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 all that good stuff, I feel you, and this is why I feel like, listen, If you don't know, you could take one single episode of mine and you can skim through everything that's said in that episode. And I promise you, everything in the episode connects with the other thing. I don't know how it happens. It literally just happens in every single episode. All right. I'm going to show you why in a second. But anyway, I'm going to forget where I was, but I am going to show you why. The point is that there is a burden in this country that we place on average people that is insurmountable. Now, I think I'm an average person. Probably time for me to, let that go, if for no reason, but then my work ethic, right? I work, man. Y'all see how hard I work. But the point is, it's not about how hard I work. The point is like there is an intensity that goes into everything that we do. And I believe firmly that it is connected to the fact that we have all had to struggle. And so we hustle harder. We strategize long as we need to. We'll scratch and crawl. Give us a nickel, we'll flip a dime. We will, name it. We have learned the art of survival. And what I'm saying as a person who is freshly on the other side, I have not been on the other side of survival long enough to be completely, catch me in 20, 30 years. I might end up being a whole ass neoliberal. I don't know, man. Life's funny like that. I'm fresh enough right now to at least put it on the record of the internet. To say that I don't know. Anyway, y'all can draw your own conclusions. At some point, I just leave it to you to fill in the blanks. You fill in the blanks because you have to make that call for yourself. Everything I'm saying for myself. And whatever the road goes, I can tell you right here, right now, that where we are is an insurmountable task for most Americans. If you expect most Americans to be able to break free from the overwhelming gravity of capitalism, if you honestly believe that, you're a moron. You're a moron. If you honestly believe that the average American, because I don't even know how the hell I did it, y'all. I have no clue, except for the fact that I work like a madman. I hustle like every check is my last. And when people knock me down, I don't stay down, get back up, and so I got this relentless drive, rah, Ben, pat myself on the back. Yeah. Nah, I mean, so yeah, okay, but not everybody is going to be able to work at an insane level and intensity that probably has shaved some years off my life, by the way. I'm just now trying to shave a little pounds off, get my health together so I can live, I'm 40. So I'm sure some of the damage is already done. We'll see after the pandemic because I ain't going to see now doctor until after the pandemic. But I digress. The point is we shouldn't have to work that hard and get extremely lucky and be inordinately talented in every single area that you need to be. I was able to pull all this off as a one-man show until I was like, oh shit, I can't pull this off as a one-man show no more. Right. And then I reached out and I finally got some help, but I had a mastery of all of these skills and it took all of that plus luck for me just to get out of motherfucking poverty. And that's why, people say whatever they want to say about people who knew me, people who know me, know a couple things about me. No matter what risk I ever took in my life, the only thing my kids ever wanted for and that they didn't get was a piece of ice cream that one time. Every time else, though, my kids were always provided for. I was a real risk taker. The other thing I had to do on top of everything else was I had to take so many goddamn risks. And guess what? I still feel like, holy shit, I gotta watch over my back. I gotta make sure I'm hustling. I gotta make sure I got this side just in case this one go down. I got the one over here on the side. I can flip that and do this. I'm still out here. So I'm fresh enough out of this poverty thing to just keep it real with y'all one last time before the money swifts me away, into neoliberalism. I might be doing these videos as a breadcrumb for me later on when I don't even recognize this dude. Just like I started the episode. I told y'all every goddamn thing in my episodes always connects. I started off. I don't even know who that dude was. I don't know who that dude was before the pandemic. Maybe this is my way of leaving breadcrumbs for me in the future when I have lost my way. And I look back at this and say, C-Ben, you called yourself out. You said you were going to get so caught up in the money, you were going to become neoliberal. Whew. Y'all should see some of the houses we're going to look at. And I'm cool with it because y'all don't know. I mean, we work and 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 we work. And then I work just as hard, like 18-hour days. I know what an 18-hour day is. That was every day in Boston. That was every day in Boston. Cool. We all work. We all down here grinding. We are all out here giving our goddamn best. The hardest working people in this country are the people who make the least. This is always the case. It is always the case that the hardest working people in every society are the people who make the least. And we see that right now, interconnectivity, point number 2, with our essential workers. They are working even unto death. And they can't even get $15 a goddamn hour. They can't even get $15 an hour. And they're putting their lives on the line for us. Because it is always the case that it is the lowest paid people in the society. I mean, the slaves have entered the chat. I ain't trying to be all deep, clearly. What I'm saying is that we have ordered our society in a way that is so untenable, that is so unsustainable, that it requires the luck of God. I mean, I'm not talking about the luck of the draw luck. I ain't talking about lightning struck. I'm talking about the odds of the universe against you, having to be inordinately talented. Yeah, I got skills. And work so goddamn hard, have so many setbacks. And guess what? But this ain't about me. This ain't no woe is me story. This is, y'all gotta be out y'all goddamn minds if you think this system is sustainable when you expect people to have all that just to survive. You gotta be out of your goddamn minds. Especially when you have demonstrated you have the capacity to take taxes and redistribute it to corporations in the form of defense contractors, not to mention all the other contracts. You show you've had the capacity to do literally whatever the hell you want financially. And so you voluntarily leave us in the state that we are in. You voluntarily leave us in the state that we're in, which is why I'm I'm amazed. I promise you, you could throw me in a highly sanitized pit of balls at Chuck E. Cheese. And when I come out of that thing, every orange is going to be correlated, every red, everything. I'm going to stand up and boom, it's going to all be organized. Because everything I've said in this episode connects with everything else that I said in this goddamn episode. And we're at that part. We're at that point in society where we have to actively realize that what we have been doing is untenable because it won't survive. It cannot survive. And we are seeing that right now with how our society is responding to COVID-19. The way our society is responding to COVID-19 is a result of how poorly our system is organized. The reason so many people are dead is because of the politicization of life, politics, the commodification. Let's just talk about all the components that drive the death rate that we're having in this country. And it is all directly tied to the nature of our system, our capitalism. Even the clip that I played of Noam Chomsky ties in here. He's saying, what kind of hope do you have for humanity? And the truth is, it's like, if we don't understand and learn how to turn away from a society, watch this. I said, turn away, if I say turn from somebody in the audience is going to say, turn from your wicked ways, right? This is scripture. And what America likes to do is to make you think that the problem is you. America likes to make you think that the problem is you need to turn from your wicked ways. But let me say, America needs to turn from its wicked ways. And all of a sudden, oh, I'm a radical liberal, like Raphael Warnock. I literally have no idea why I did that accent. I have no idea. But it's true, right? Right? America wants you to turn from your wicked ways because it's a way to keep you chasing your tail, trying to figure out why it is that you can't survive in this capitalist system. You just ain't saved enough. You haven't prayed hard enough. You ain't working hard enough. Dummy, you working harder than they work. Baby, if you make less than $150 an hour, you work harder than all of us. That's the secret. I let it out. They ain't gonna let me in now, country club. I don't care. I probably lose everything. Nope. My wife is on duty. She got that on lock. But I'm stupid. You gotta be to deal with the reality of America. And the reality of America is that it would rather let people die than to miss one dime. They would rather let people die than to miss one dime. And they blame you. Oh, you thought I was talking about COVID-19. No, I'm talking about people who die in poverty. Y'all simmer on that for a second. Y'all thought I was talking about COVID-19, didn't you? No, I'm talking about people who die exposed. The homeless people who die, who, God damn it, gonna die this winter. Fuck. What I'm saying is that capitalism is killing folks. And I'm sorry if I didn't want to just be ye old standard cog in the machine. No disrespect to anybody. But what drove me was just the pure rejection of this system. I could not see myself working, giving 40 hours of my week every single week for all the goddamn red tape and the ridiculously low pay that it was required for me to be a teacher. Teachers, that's why I fight. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. When I was a teacher, I said absolutely the hell not. You will not get 40 hours of bi-week plus lesson plans to be done at home for $36,000 a year? Get the hell out of here. Shit. Teachers should make more than police officers. Period. Goddamn, teachers should make over 6 figures a year, starting. Y'all know what it takes to be a teacher? It's probably why I'm dealing with, Our system is broken and it's destroying itself. And weirdly enough, it's like I'm hopeful because I think enough people are coming to their senses about this. I think that the more people hear the truth, I think there's going to be a day. Well, fuck it. Get out of here, Lizzie. I'm trying to do my. I just dropped the F-bomb. God. Damn it. I lost my train of thought. No, I didn't. It's all a show, folks. It's all a show. But it's really 100% who I am. Deal with that paradox. But anyway, this is the last thing I'm going to say. I'm going to go to bed. It was going to be good. You already know what I was going to say. Yeah, I could fill in the sentence. Maybe it was one of those things. It was one of those things that whatever I was coming to the conclusion of, it's something that you need to fill in the blank. So read it as such, rewind it, and I'm going to bed. Appreciate y'all. No. Voila. I see a future. It never leaves me long. I'm just now admitting it. Do you all know I've done over 1,000 podcasts, and I only had a script for the first 2 episodes. After that, I listen to the news, and I come here, and I just let my brain do the work. So I think that takes its toll over the years. Over 1,000 episodes doing that. And so I have on many occasions lost my place, and there's always a pivot point. I'm going to give you this for free because I haven't lost my train of thought, but this is just fun. If you just kind of know, never mind. I can't even show you. I don't want to get you in trouble. I got to show you a trick. I'm going to show you all a trick to where no matter where you start a sentence, you can always find yourself if you just keep talking. It's probably in a book somewhere, and I just, could have read about it years ago. But anyway, I digress. The point of what I was getting ready to say was there's going to come a time, and there has to come a time, because I think people have an affinity for the truth. And there's literally no reason for me to be here with you. Not right now. I do those Donald Trump clips, right? We got a business. Like, we're operating a business. We drop clips all day long. We're going to keep dropping them, right? But the reason I'm here right now with you is only to tell the truth. And I think that there is a desire and a market for authenticity. And that's when I tell you, everybody I know in this progressive media space is authentic. That's who they really are. That authenticity matters, because I see there's a time coming in media where the internet is the primary source of news. Why? Because the corporate interest of mainstream media, a couple things. Demographics are going to fix that, right? We ain't even got to get deep. Demographics is going to fix that, because who in our generation is actually watching the news? So stay tuned, which means that we in progressive and any media, truth-telling media if we stay the course, listen, I also might be telling some of you, giving you the business model. Like, God damn it, the future is on the internet. Go start your goddamn podcast. Maybe you get lucky like me and stumble on a clip from Michael Bloomberg that helps get your ass out of poverty for the first time in your adult life. But all jokes aside, the future of news is on the internet. It's on YouTube. Why? Because do you foresee yourself when you turn 50, all of a sudden turning on CNN? God damn, why did I just say that? I just thought of it right here, right now. Don't none of y'all go steal my goddamn idea. I'm getting off here and I'm going to take some of this YouTube money and I'm going to go start a new business because the future is progressive and the future is right here. See y'all next time. All right, folks. I've told y'all, man, everything I say always dovetails. I don't know how I do it, but if you go back and listen to this episode, every single thing that I said interconnects with the core message, and I will see you.